Boop.
This is the Art Life video blog, day 117. I'm Fern Fox.
I'm Jacob Wolf. Thank you, Fern, for agreeing to do this interview with me.
You're welcome.
Really quick, Fern is a roommate of mine. I interviewed Connor Appleby yesterday, and both of these interviews should be going up today. So you can see two of my new roommates kind of back to back and see the crazy people that I live with. But Fern showed at one of the 4th Effin' Fridays, the last 4th Effin' Friday that we had a couple months ago, showed some of your hats and paintings and stuff.
Hats, paintings. It was really fun. That was I can't wait for the next one.
It's August 28th, right here in this house, 4th Effin' Friday. It's gonna be good. I'm way more excited for this one than I have been for any of the others.
Yeah, it's been a couple of months since.
Yeah, there's been a lot of excitement and like build up hype.
I'm trying to invite some people to like come and bring music to play on their like decks and stuff.
I might have a full lineup of music already.
Oh, really?
But if somebody's interested in being interviewed, they can be a featured.
That'd be cool. Yeah, maybe my friend Clayton.
Hell yeah. All right.
Anyways.
So, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm a painter. I've been painting since I can remember anything. I do mainly micro paintings, but recently just started getting into murals, and this is one of my newest murals. I'm grateful to be able to paint in my room. This is cool.
Yeah, I didn't know she was going to do it. I think Dylan said something about, the painting in Jess's room is awesome. And I was like on the wall? No, but it's sweet. I love it.
Yeah, this one for me really is giving me a lot of insight for learning in my own growth and my own evolution of consciousness. And I feel like I'll put something on the wall, and then maybe a couple days later I'll be reading something later on that day, and it's like, what the heck? This is so synchronistic. It's just not mere coincidence that I could be reading this now, but had yet just painted that image, not knowing that I was going to be learning this new information. So it's been kind of a guiding force for me in my spiritual growth.
Synchronicity has been a term that was introduced into my life less than a year ago, and now that word just keeps popping up, which is incredibly synchronistic.
No, yeah. I feel like the synchronicities in your life are on a level, maybe like if you look at it like a fractal, it has this certain time span, and it gets like smaller and smaller and smaller as you get closer to the center, and things start becoming more and more apparent to you. Otherwise, like in the beginning, it wouldn't have been as apparent because it's like not happening as fast. But now, as you're becoming more aware and conscious, those synchronicities, they keep popping up more and more. And they're little messages, I'm sure of it. And I don't know, that's what kind of led me into the painting that I do now, which is all mainly based off of sacred geometry, math, and Egyptian and Hindu culture. Like the whole Eastern philosophy really has like snagged me, and it has a lot of properties that deal with math and different degrees and the numbers that correlate to just everyday life. That it just makes sense to me. So that's what I'm doing now, is painting all sacred G.
Crazy. So let's rewind just a little bit. Actually, we're gonna rewind a lot.
A lot bit.
Who were some of your early inspirations when it came to art?
My stepmother. She really saw in me a creative force and just pushed it. Put me in a lot of art classes growing up. Always provided me with materials and media to advance in whatever I wanted to do. I had a teacher in high school, Mr. Delani. He, at San Clemente High School, it was probably around like 1998, 1999. somewhere around there. Man, he just was the most wonderful teacher and had the best inspiration. Every day I came into class, just was like not the typical art teacher that just kind of like kicks back and doesn't really give you any inspi. Oh man, they were great, and those are my early influences.
What were some of the things that he would do to like bring inspiration out of a class? Like group activities?
He would get it one-on-one with you. Like really every single student was important. And that's what really kind of led me to progress more in some of the styles I was working on at the time. I was really into architecture. So I did a lot of line drawings, pencil, pen, ballpoint pen. And he really helped me to understand three-dimensionality on a 2D plane of paper. And because of his attention to each student, that's what got me even further as I was in high school to like keep pursuing art. No other teacher really has been as inspiring.
I would like to think I've been very lucky to have had a lot of teachers, mostly in high school, some in college, but that, I mean, they took interest and like motivated me, got me to where I am.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to school in Los Angeles, the Los Angeles School District, the San Clemente High School. I can't remember what district it was, but it was very well funded. The Los Angeles School District wasn't funded hardly at all, so all of the teachers really didn't really care, I think, about teaching as much as people that were paid better and had a better lifestyle. I think there's like quality of living really makes a difference in the way that you're taught. And I also went to school in Las Vegas, another example of low-income school district that didn't really care if you passed or failed. They just wanted you to get out into the next grade and pass you along. But I had a rare opportunity. I went to that school for about 6 months because I traveled a lot, being a little crazy rebellious girl. I was just like, oh, you gotta go live here. Oh, you gotta go live here. Different family members. Just kind of hopped around, but that was really nice to be able to. At that point in San Clemente, I was living with my stepsister. She worked at the school district and really made it her priority also to really make sure that I had a good education and got what the last bit of knowledge that I needed in high school.
Did you go to any classes or schooling after high school?
Not anything to do with art.
No?
I just kept pursuing it and doing it on my own,
What classes did you take?
Like for school?
Yeah.
I went to culinary art school in Pasadena. And that's another
totally
kind
art.
of branched off of art. Yeah, definitely. Learning how to plate things in an artistic way, I was already like, boom, I got this. I just went to learn how to hone my technique.
I've been trying to find culinary students or like chefs or cooks that would be interested in doing an interview and then coming here and then like not only passing out like business cards but like being able to make hors d'oeuvres and like
oh yeah
I've been trying. So if anybody knows anybody that would be interested, likes to cook food for people, and let me know.
For what?
I don't know. For the 4th F and Friday.
Oh, for the 4th F and Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to be my sous chef, hit me up. Yeah.
So what was culinary school like for you?
Oh man, it was a blast. I had a lot of fun. I feel like it was only a year and a half. I got my associate's degree, Pasadena Culinary, California School of Culinary Arts. Year and a half. The last 6 months, you're out of the school doing an externship and getting hours in actual restaurant, working for free or getting paid. Depended on if the employer was nice enough. Mine were good. They all paid me.
That's good. Good.
But yeah, it was really fun. But I feel like it was an unnecessary degree to go out and put my money and invest in. I had, after graduating, worked in probably maybe like 25 different kitchens all up and down the West Coast, and none of them I would have needed to get a degree to go and work in. Not one.
Right.
And they all most of the places in Los Angeles laughed at me for having one. They're like, oh yeah? Nice degree. You're getting paid $8 an hour. How do you like that?
Did you learn a lot in culinary school?
I learned pretty much all the French techniques. So in the beginning, you're learning basic knife cuts. Then it goes on to egg cookery. Then it goes on to meats. And then you go into like garde-manger, like where you're learning how to make sushi and force meats and the deli stuff or whatever. And so then you go into baking, pastries.
Maybe you wouldn't have needed the degree.
But it gave me lots of good skills.
Yeah, but the
and
knowledge
and
skills probably
that's what
put you ahead
it felt like
of
a
other
party.
people.
It felt like it was very much a party in my head because everything that we were learning was all things I was very passionate about. So every day I was like really stoked to go into school. I was like, yes, we're gonna eat something good today. Like so everything was new every day. You're not rehashing stuff. But once we got into baking, oh man, I was starving. I was a starving little girl. I was like, I can't eat all this bread. How am I gonna just only eat bread for 2 weeks? You're like learning how to make bagels and French bread and sourdoughs and all sorts of stuff like that. And I was basically like, oh, living off of what I'm making there to like eat, because it costs a lot of money to go. It was a $50,000 degree, and now in retrospect, I would have rather have spent that money going and seeing the world.
Right.
It's like, why do you need such a crazy piece of paper to prove yourself to the world? I don't know. It did give me a lot of skills though, and I'm grateful for the time. I feel like if you want to learn something in life, that you should read a book, practice it, do it every single day, because it's something you love, and that's what the art is for me. It's always been something I've loved to do, and within the last 3 years, I started selling art and being able to travel and not have to work like everybody else.